So here we have this poor young man uh, who was attacked with acid after getting involved with a black woman. A woman who was 48, and this young man was 29. Not particularly a problem, but you see, this is the problem that one of the reasons why a lot of black men are moving away from the aggressive behaviour of black women. And I want to make the statement that I believe that probably the reason why the feminist movement became very prominent in America was that the white women probably saw the way in which black women behaved and acted towards black men back in the day. And if you've seen the video of what's his name, the gentleman from Beyonce's husband, when he was attacked by Beyonce's sister in the left. I mean, the woman, as you can see, got completely and utterly berserk. And I believe that the reason why there's a lot of domestic violence occurs, it's not because the men started, it's because the women did. And what then happens is that in order to gain control of the situation, many of the men think, and that once they've gone to a point where they've had enough, they will take control of that situation and use force. Whereas before, all this attitude of woman, blah, 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 and women take advantage of that. But when it's turned against them, they then become the victim, and the man then becomes the aggressor. When before, it was the woman that was causing the problem, she was causing, all the grief, and then the man is the one who goes to prison. Now, this poor young man, the story that she's giving is that, she ordered the acid online. Let's go through this. And she was even researching on can acid kill you if you drink it? Well, of course it can. So, undiluted acid can kill a person. Let's read through this. The guy, acid attack accused, had screw loose. So this young handsome young man is no longer with us because he went to Belgium to end his life. A woman accused of throwing acid over her former partner was often violent towards him and had a screw loose, a court has heard. This particular woman, she was 48, denies murder and applying a corrosive fluid to Mark Van Duggan in Bristol, 2015. Co-workers of Mr. Duggan told Bristol Crown Court he had met her on a dating website and they had sex. After learning Miss Wallace was pregnant, he did the decent thing and moved in with her at her flat in Bristol. Mr. Duggan was 29, was left paralysed from the neck down, and lost his left leg, ear, and eye following the attack in September 2015. He ended his life in a Belgian euthanasia clinic 15 months later. So he couldn't live with this affliction that was placed upon him on this attack, and he ended his life. Colin Evans, a construction site manager, described Mr. Van Duggen as a polite and strong man who got on with the job. After a few months, she told him she'd had a miscarriage. So there you go. Just a lie to hold him in place. I mean, some people say she didn't tell the truth, but it's irrelevant. The point is he stayed with her, decent young man. This guy was earning £300 a day. Most of that was going into her account and some being sent to South Africa so her family could build a house. So obviously this woman, there you go, there she is, said she believed she was throwing a glass of water. He said she was often violent towards him. He didn't love her anymore, which is not surprising, and that he moved out. On one job, he looked at his shirt. This is what Mr. Evans said, and showed me some scars on his back. Some looked like they'd bled and scabbed over. He would say, "Look, she attacked me." In a written statement, another colleague, James Sherrod, can't pronounce the name, said that Mr. Duggan had asked to borrow a tape measure. He told me all his work equipment and clothes were at the woman's place, and he had left there straight away as she had a screw loop and was violent. The court was also told Miss Wallace had bought sulfuric acid online and searched how to get your boyfriend back. She also made a number of other searches, including, "Can I die from drinking sulfuric acid?" So there you go. This is the warning to everybody, men, all men, black, white, Chinese, Indian. This myth that women are not capable of attacking them and causing problems. And it's always men that are the aggressors. Here you have an example where now women, and have been for many, many years, to be honest with you, have always been the main aggressors. But men have turned their backs and allowed it to happen because of this cultural "you do not hit a woman" nonsense. This woman is clearly sick. She was using him to make money and to help with the situation of back in South Africa. But unfortunately, this young man has died. And he's no longer with us. May God rest your soul. Real shame. Sounded like a real decent guy, and he's lost his life. Be this a warning to everybody, especially men. Be wary of the black woman, or you may end up in the same situation as this poor young man. Thank you for listening.